Hi everyone, Kelly here. First of all, sorry if my voice sounds a bit weird. I've come down with a cold. It's all Philip's fault. I caught it off him. So sorry even if I do cough or sneeze, or because I've been sneezing quite a lot. Yeah, so just sorry. This video is going to be, what video am I doing? My ghost hunting experiences. This one was with Haunted Happenings. It was 10 PM to 5 AM. This is quite a long one. I'm sure this was £59 each. Don't quote me. And this was at the Falstaffs in Stratford. Really, really gorgeous town, Stratford. If you haven't been, I suggest you go and check Stratford out because it's really, really pretty. And of course, you've got William Shakespeare's house there. Anyway, on with the ghost hunt. The Falstaffs now is a museum. I took some pictures and they will be at the end of the video. Right, on with the ghost hunt. So you get there, you get the talk, you meet the mediums and the hosts and people who are helping them out. So we got there, we had the talk. The bloke who owned the place, he was there talking about the place, and then he left us to it. What we did first of all is we all had a walk round all together. We went into the bottom bit, which is like a shop now where you can buy things. Of course, all the lights are off, so it's dark. I was asking for things to happen. The medium said there was a male there, but we didn't hear nothing, we didn't see nothing. And then he said there was a woman there. A few people were smelling perfume, but me and Philip, we didn't have none of that. And then we went upstairs to this one place, and it's like up in the loft, so you have to climb up these steps, which wasn't tiring or nothing. But as soon as I got in that room, my chest went really, really tight, and I wasn't suffering with a cold then either. Really, really tight chest. It's like there was no air and you couldn't breathe. Like really, like I know you had to climb up the steps, but there was not enough steps for you to be like out of breath and tight chested. I said that when I went in there, and then a couple of more people then said that's what they was experiencing too. So we was all sat around this big table, and then there was a couple of us. There was me and Philip, the host that was a bit further on from Philip, and a couple of more people which couldn't fit round the table. All in darkness. We was asking for things to happen. Nothing was happening. I think people who was on the table, because they was like joining hands, and they felt breezes across their hand. We kept asking out for things to happen. Nothing was happening. Then all of a sudden, this big loud bang. It was right by the side of Philip. Philip almost jumped on my lap this time. It scared him to death, and I almost peed myself. Because it was just so quiet, and then all of a sudden this great big bang, and it's by the side of Philip. Oh my god. Everybody turned their torches on, and there was a photo frame, and it was down. We asked when we went in, because me and Philip didn't look, we asked other people, was this standing up when we went in? And they all said yes, because we was looking at it when we was walking in. There's a photo of a family, I think it was, and it just fell down, made hell of a noise and scared us to death. So then we put it back up and asked again for it to happen again, but it didn't happen again. And then we went down, had a bit of a break. No, we didn't. We went down, then we got split up into groups. So the people that haven't been on them before, they did like the workshop, while us, I think there's about 6 or 7 of us. or 8 of us, something like that, that has been on them before. We could go round with the hosts to check out the place and do a seance and whatever. So we went off and we were holding hands, asking for things to happen. Nothing was happening. There's a few noises and knocks you could hear, but not loud enough to say yes, they're paranormal. It could have been like a creaky floor. But when we was holding hands, Philip had a pain in the back of his leg. It's like somebody was pinching his muscles, and that was really killing him. You could see it by the look on his face, and he kept, somebody was really grabbing his muscles. And then we asked for the spirit to take that off, and it did. And then we did on the glass, we were asking before this, when we were still all in the group, we went in a different room and we was all holding hands. Like, there was loads of us. There was about 22, I think, all holding hands in this big massive room. And all of a sudden I started shaking. The woman next to me started shaking. I thought I was going to faint. She almost fainted on me. And then she just started crying. I started getting upset, but I was holding it in. I didn't understand why I was getting upset. It was just really weird. She got sent out, and another girl got sent out because she had a really bad stomach ache. It felt like she was being cut open. And we found out later that in that place, that one room where we were, that's when a bloke, a woman was having a baby, and he ripped open her stomach and took it out. So yeah, that was a bit... Now on to where I was before. We was doing a glass moving. We asked if it was this bloke who did this to this woman, and it was going yes. We said, where were you stood, and it kept going to this one corner, and they said, who do you like around this table? And it went to the corner, but this person wasn't, because he was the host, he wasn't on the table, but it kept going to him. And he said, okay, can you do something for me? There's a bloke video cameraing what we were doing, and then there was the medium. And the medium says, I'm going to show the bloke behind me my fingers. Can you go towards me how many times, like he's holding his fingers up. So I think the first one, it went 1, 2, 3, and then we all asked the other bloke, and he said, yeah, that is right. And he did it again and again. I did it about 3 times, and he got it right every single time. And people on the board, we couldn't see his hands. It was pitch black. He was only showing the one that was all behind us, so we couldn't see his hands, so we couldn't take it 3 times to make it say he was holding up 3 fingers, which was really good. And then it was time to go back downstairs, and then we got split up again into our groups. So there was 3 groups there was altogether. On this one, where did we go first? First of all, we went in this, where did we go? I can't remember where we went. Oh, we was doing table tipping in this one place. The table moved once, but it didn't do anything else. So we decided to go back up in the attic room again. In here, I swear to God, I was absolutely petrified. A bloke by the side of me kept seeing lights behind me, and I felt weird in myself. We was all holding hands. And something was touching my legs. We sat down at the table. Somebody was like stroking my legs. Then all of a sudden, I went really hot. A bloke screamed over the other side of the table. Somebody touched him. And then I started feeling really sick and dizzy, even though I was sat down. It was like the room was spinning. And then I think somebody else then got touched on the head, and one bloke shouted, "I can't do this," and his hands went. He stopped holding hands on the table and he just sat back. And when he sat back, he screamed again because he heard something run straight past him. The bloke by the side of me was on again. "There's somebody behind you, there's all lights." Of course I couldn't turn round because I was just terrified. Then all of a sudden, Philip by the side of me jumped up in the air, scared me to death. Somebody touched him on his ear, and then she said it was time to go, and I was relieved. Didn't like that room at all. Then it was time for a break, so we all went for a break. He was talking about stuff with all the other people there. There was quite a few people that we haven't seen before, but they've been on events before, so they was telling us their favourite places, and we was telling them our favourite places that we've been to. We had quite a few favourite places in common. But yeah, we really got to know a couple of people, which was really nice. Then after the break we went again, and where did we go this time? This time we went in the first room where we met everybody. We went in there. It was quite nice, peaceful room. Didn't feel like there was nothing in there. We had to go on the Ouija board, and for some strange reason the person on the Ouija board didn't like going to know. We didn't like going to know on the table on the Ouija board, which was really weird. And we asked then, "Do you not like going to know?" And it was going to go to know, but then it stopped, like it wouldn't go all the way to know. We was asking questions, and it was saying it was a woman. It didn't like men, so it was me and Philip, and then there was another woman and me on the Ouija board that we was doing. It liked me and this other woman. What did she die? I think she died of... Did she say the plague? I'm sure she said the plague. Plague or Black Death or something, she said. But yeah, that was really interesting. I think she had 4 kids. Yeah, and she said we asked her, what did we ask her? We asked her, is it as nice where you are as everybody thinks it is? And she went straight to yes. And then it was time to go. So we finished with that Ouija board, and then it was time to go to the medium. So we all went there. We was all holding hands. The bloke next to me, all of a sudden he said somebody was squeezing the back of his leg, like it was to Philip, and that we was in the same room that it did it to Philip. So he was in pain. He was the one stood next to me. Then, as I said, we was all holding hands, and the bloke next to me, I could feel it myself. I was getting like pins and needles right in the ends of my fingers, and my hand felt like it was burning. And the bloke next to me goes, "Your hand is literally on fire." I said, "I know, I can feel it." Then all of a sudden our arms started, we was holding hands, our arms started to move. He kept saying I was doing it, I was saying he was doing it, but none of us were doing it. And by the end of it, our arms were like this. We was like this for about 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden, me and this bloke, we just couldn't stop laughing. Now, me, when I usually go on ghost hunts, I'm quiet and a little bit scared, which is the fun of it. But in that room, all of a sudden, I just couldn't stop laughing. The bloke next to me couldn't stop laughing. The bloke next to him said, "Are you okay?" to him, because he said he's never laughed like that before. He was in hysterics, really in hysterics. I was in hysterics. I didn't know why I was laughing. I just felt so happy, and I don't know what it was. It just all came over us both just like that. We couldn't stop laughing, and me, I absolutely hate my laugh. When I'm in hysterics, my laugh is horrible. It's really, really loud. People say I sound like a witch. But I really, really hate my laugh, but I just couldn't stop laughing. The medium was saying, are you two okay? We was going, yeah, but we just couldn't stop laughing. I just wanted to break hands with everybody, and I just wanted to skip round the circle that we was all holding hands round. I just felt really, really happy. And then the bloke said, we have child spirits. And then he started giggling. So there was all three of us giggling in the end, and he goes, okay, that's enough giggling. We're going to split up, and we all hold hands with somebody else. So we all did that, and as soon as we did that, the energy in that room changed. On a ghost hunt, I've never, ever, ever felt as scared as I did when we rejoined hands with somebody else. The energy in that room was so horrible. It just, the room, it just went really, really dark. It felt really, really nasty. You could hear footsteps. I was terrified. And then a few seconds ago, I was in stitches. Really, really strange, that place. And then a couple of people were saying, and the medium said, I do not like the energy that's in here now. Can you please leave? Soon as he said that, me and this woman holding hands, our arms went up. And it's like the darkness of the room changed. It went a little bit lighter. And me and this woman were giggling. We could not stop giggling, and then the medium was off giggling, and then by the end of it, everybody was laughing. It was just so strange. It's weird. Then we all broke hands. We went into another part. This part, I said at the beginning, where somebody had a stomach ache. I felt faint. Another woman nearly fainted by me. It was all holding hands in there. And again, I didn't feel scared. I felt happy again, but I felt drunk. When you've had a bit too much and it feels like the room's spinning, or like you're on a boat and I was just doing this, Philip was doing this, the medium was doing it. Everybody was swaying, just like you were drunk. And then the medium started giggling. And then I started giggling, the woman next to me started giggling, and the bloke over the other side opposite me started giggling, and we was all in hysterics again. Don't know why, have no clue why we were laughing. But this is so, so strange. And then that was the end of the night. We also were allowed to go on our own. I think we did this about 2 o'clock, was it? We did this? Yeah, 2 o'clock we was allowed to go on our own. So we went in this one place and we did table tipping, and excellent. The table was doing what we wanted it to do. It was going up, it was staying on one leg, and then it was spinning us around, and then it would spin us around the other way. So really, really great activity there. I absolutely love that place, and I definitely want to go there again to see if the same things happen. It's just a really weird and freaky experience. The laughter, I was just crying with laughter. The bloke next to me was crying with laughter, and then when the woman was stood next to me, she was crying with laughter. My nose was running. It was weird. So that was the Falstaffs. As I said, it was 10 p.m. till 5 a.m. It was a brilliant, brilliant night, and I cannot wait to go there again. It's definitely on my to go to again list. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you again in my next video.